What's your message when the dust was settling just then?
I mean, obviously we had a big focus on Wadey's career, and actually went through some of his many highlights through his career at Carlton and at North Melbourne, some for Carlton against North Melbourne, which was probably a catalyst for wanting to get Jared across to North in the first place. Every time he played against North, he was pretty good. Yeah, so I mean, it was just a time for reminiscing over some of the great times that he's had in his career, and as I said, both importantly at Carlton, because that was the majority of his career, but also what he's been able to bring to North. And it's hard to believe he's only been with us 4 years, because he's left an indelible mark on our footy club.
What do you think of the game? You seemed to do it early and then ease up a bit.
Yeah, we tried really hard to keep the players focused on what we've been working on throughout the year, but I'm a realist as well. I understand the stakes and the bit of the nostalgia as well. So I was really pleased that we were able to get the result in the end, because I think we've had 3 or 4 of these where we've missed the finals, where we've won round 23, and it's important to us. It's I think when the so-called dead rubbers exist, people start looking at draft order. I don't know, Callum, you probably look at the draft order more than anyone, but we honestly don't. Like we think the foundation of building our footy club comes from playing a sustainable brand all the time. And if you think you can do it when it matters and take your foot off when it doesn't, well, that leads to inconsistency, and it's something we're still searching for, but we were really keen to win the game.
Well, what do you need to do to take that next step and not be playing dead rubbers?
Yeah, I mean, just it's interesting as 12-10 season, with a percentage of roughly 100 and whatever it is, 9 or 10. If at the start of the year you'd say that you're going to play finals with that sort of record, so you look back at all the what ifs. We play the Gold Coast round 1 in a monsoon. Like you can look back at all the what ifs. But what we've got to do as coaches is analyse, and I think more to your question, what have we got to do? We've got to build a better, deeper midfield. And Sean Higgins has had an incredible year. Ben Cunnington's had an incredible year. Jed Anderson has just matured and really burst onto the scene through the midfield. Jai Simpkin in his 2nd year playing midfield. Paul Ahern been incredible, having never played AFL footy before after 2 knee reconstructions. Luke Davies-Uniacke, Will Walker, and they've all played through the midfield. So we've only been able to do that though through the consistent performances of Cunnington, Higgins, and Goldstein. They've been the mainstay, and we're able to put the kids around them. So we're looking to build that and improve that, and most of that, to be honest, will come from organic growth.
You've always said that you never listen to the outside noise. Granted, there was a lot of outside noise that you guys might struggle this year. How proud are you that you haven't struggled and you finished so close to making finals?
Yeah, I just know how close it is. St Kilda are a capable team. But most people just simplify it and say, they had a disastrous year and they're hopeless. They're not hopeless. Far from it. It only takes little bits and pieces of the puzzle to either fall out or come together for all teams in the AFL to play good footy. And where you get in trouble is when of course we hear the noise. I mean, we get the external criticism through osmosis at times. Like, even if you don't read it or hear it, people will tell you. People are all too happy to tell you. So you can't stick your head in the sand and pretend it's not there. But what you've got to do is try and keep the train on the tracks. And I was really proud of our group last year. We had a really trying year, won 6 games, but our board and our executive and our football department never wavered, never once. And that's what you need to do. And that sounds easy to say. It's incredibly difficult to do. And so I'm as proud of last year as I am of this year.
Speaking about organic growth, but obviously there's clubs interested in a couple of guys that have been linked to you, Gaff and Pollock. I mean, how confident are you that this will be the year to be able to get one of these?
Yeah. I mean, we just put ourselves in a position. So we've put ourselves in a position over a number of years to be, in the marketplace. I think, as I've said all year, I think it's unfair to comment on individuals, and particularly given those players are contracted to other clubs at the moment. So I won't engage in the commentary around individual players, other than to say to our supporters that it's not, as we've seen this year, people will build it up as you've got to get one, or else, like, or what? You know, or we play Paul Ahern, you know, or Will Walker and Luke Davies-Uniacke play a full season, you know, or our first round draft pick comes in. And so we've put ourselves in the position to be in the marketplace, and I'll leave it to the powers that be to get that done. But you know, what our job was this year was to play a style of footy that players thought, you know, the Kangaroos, you know, are a place I wouldn't mind going.
I was going to say that. I mean, 12 wins compared to 6, that surely makes the task easier.
Yeah, it does, because you can see, you know, everyone and players. I don't blame players for thinking a little bit short term, because their careers are finite. You know, everyone else can look a little bit more long term, but you know, particularly when you're talking about players in the prime of their career, not too many players in the prime of their career want to go and help build or rebuild, you know, a struggling club.
Did the Coleman medal enter into Ben's thinking or the team's thinking at any point?
He said it didn't, but it did enter mine. I mean, I thought it would have been great reward for his season, and it looked good early. You know, I have to speak to Richo. He's a bit of a killjoy, double teaming him there after Brownie was on fire. But yeah, I mean, that's I've said to Brownie all year that I know it's tough, but when you're kicking goals and you're playing really well, when they double team you, it opens up opportunities for others. I think Jack Zeebel's had over 60 shots at goal this year. You know, an incredible return. We saw again, even though Jared won't be with us, just how potent he can be. You know, and hopefully Mason Woods just, you know, felt his hamstring. It's not a serious hamstring, but with his history, we just took him off today. So, you know, we'd love to get a full season out of him and Taylor Garner. And you know, but a player like Ben Brown is a player you can build a forward line around. But I thought a Coleman medal would have done justice to his season. But you know, he's still an All-Australian in my eyes. Thanks, guys. Just before I finish too, just thanks to all you guys too. I know that we have coaches and media have an interesting relationship, I call it, but I hope there's mutual respect, and you know, got a lot of time for what you guys do. A lot of ups and downs. We talk about the criticism we cop. You guys cop your fair share too, but you know, as long as the working relationship stays strong and there's respect both ways, you know, it's we really appreciate what you do, and you guys report the news to all the passionate fans that love the game. And they don't get paid, they pay to go and watch the game, and you guys are the medium that connect everyone. So thanks for all your work this year.